Take you back to our top story this evening, though, on eNCA. Ivory Park residents in Tembisa have been relocated to a temporary shelter. This after flash floods in the area on Friday night. One person has sadly lost their lives and 3 are still missing, we understand, after being washed away by those floodwaters. Also, over 150 people have been displaced and 38 homes completely destroyed. Let's get the latest from Johannesburg EMS, Joburg Emergency Services. Robert Mulaudzi joining us for an update. Evening to you, Robert. Always appreciate your time. I know you're very, very busy. I've just given numbers: 1 person passing away, 3 missing. What's the latest numbers you have for us?
Good evening, Gareth, and evening to the viewers. Yes, we can confirm that following the severe thunderstorms we had on Friday, there was initially there were 4 people who were initially it's been alleged that they were missing. And on the following day, we did manage to recover 1 person who was identified by the family. And of course, the other 3 people who were suspected to have been missing were actually found in the area. So without them sustaining any injuries, there are reports that they were actually transported to the nearest healthcare facilities for further medical care. At this stage, we can confirm, guys, that there is no other people or missing persons who are missing in that incident. So far, all the people have been accounted for. Right now, the residents who were affected, who are about 187, have been relocated to a safer area or an emergency shelter. In that center, they are receiving assistance from our provincial disaster management and also the city's disaster management center. Is facilitating the process for relief to those affected families. And there are a number of NGOs, including Gift of the Givers, who are making sure that those residents are receiving all the required resources while they are in that emergency shelter. And of course, there are a number of the city of Johannesburg stakeholders who are working together to make sure that all the affected residents receive the required resources. The main role players will be the Joburg Housing Department, because they are making sure that those residents don't really have to go back to where they were. So that process is underway to make sure that the residents receive all the required resources.
Robert, speak to me about later this week. I'm taking a look at the weather on eNCA.com. I see some heavy rain again expected this coming Tuesday as well, 80% chance of rain. Give me a sense of how your team is planning ahead of that.
Yes, our disaster management center has been activated. And of course, we're working together with our provincial disaster management center and all other stakeholders, because in the incidents like this, it's not only the emergency management services, but you find that JMPD also plays a role, parks, Joburg Water, and also housing department. So we are working together to make sure that we are prepared to any emergencies which might occur, in the coming days, since we are told that we have got, we're going to receive a lot of rainfalls. I think from our side, a message is to our residents in the low-lying areas. They need to exercise caution, make sure that they move to the higher ground, especially when we have, severe thunderstorms, so that we can be able to prevent incidents where residents can be swept away by this, flood waters. And of course, motorists also, as and when they drive, they need to make sure that they avoid crossing flooded roads and flooded bridges. From our side, we've got a specialized team, Gareth, the swiftwater rescue teams, which during this season or this period where we have severe thunderstorms, they are mostly responding to water-related emergencies. They are on high alert, working together with SAPS, Water Wing, and other rescue teams throughout the city of Johannesburg to make sure that
like the K9 search and rescue is involved as well. K9 search and rescue involved as well.
Exactly.
Robert, just talk to me before I let you go this evening, though. Give me a sense of the scale that your teams are dealing with, because Tembisa, we know, is going to have water issues again on Tuesday because of this rain that we're expecting. What's the kind of scale that you're looking at dealing with? And why does Tembisa, for those who don't know the area, Robert, why does Tembisa seem to get hit so hard with this kind of rain that we're experiencing?
No, let me just correct. The area is not Tembisa. The area is Ivory Park. Ivory Park fall under the city of Johannesburg, which falls under Region A, which is the Midrand area. So the area which is affected is called Riverside. It's actually in a flood line. So those residents, unfortunately, they are staying in a flood line, in an area where even if we had a very small rainfall, those residents are likely to be affected by these severe thunderstorms. I think in the city of Johannesburg, it's not only that area, the Riverside area in Ivory Park, but there are a number of areas which our residents are, residing in a flood line. Hence, Joburg housing also is playing an important role to make sure that those residents, they don't go back there, because we might actually have another incident. So hence we will be intensifying our water safety programs together with our colleagues from Joburg Water. They have been in the area of Region G already, making sure that we intensify our public educational programs to educate our residents about the importance of not building in a floodline, so that we can minimize or try and prevent incidents like these ones when we have severe thunderstorms like the ones we're having now. And of course, all our 30 fire stations throughout the city of Johannesburg are fully operational. All our teams are on high alert, and also our city's disaster management officials are deployed in all 7 regions of the city. So we should be able to facilitate any emergencies which might occur throughout the city of Johannesburg when we have these severe thunderstorms.
Well, I appreciate your time in speaking to us. I know how busy you are getting ready for this coming Tuesday. We are expecting more heavy rain on Tuesday in the area. Quite right, Robert. Thank you for the correction. Ivory Park is what I was referring to. Riverside and Ivory Park. Always appreciate what you do. We'll check in again with Robert Mulaudzi from Johannesburg Emergency Services.